This is Dr. Wysong. Let's say you were strolling on the beach looking for some nice seashells and came across a set of perfectly intermeshing gears resting in the sand. You then looked to the side and there was also a bolt with a nut screwed onto it. Would you conclude that waves, wind, sand, or other bits and pieces of matter made these things on their own over billions of years? Well, certainly not. You'd conclude the obvious, that some intelligent person or people made them. And you wouldn't be alone. Any person on the planet would conclude the same. Aside from common sense, I can say this because archaeologists and anthropologists finding even crudely chipped stones conclude that such artifacts are the product of intelligence. The Oldowan stone tools found in Africa are an example. I previously discussed the perfectly intermeshing gears found in the legs of the Issus plant hopper. Clearly, these are far more functionally complex than a chipped stone and must be the product of intelligence as well. If that's not convincing, let me pile on with the nuts and bolts in the Trigonopterus oblongus weevil legs. Instead of the ball and socket like we have for our hip joint, the weevil has a bolt screw on the leg that seats into a nut thread in the hip. Technically, the coxa is the thread, the trochanter is the screw. Most insect joints work like hinges, which are amazing in their own right. This weevil nut and bolt mechanism locks the legs and stabilizes the beetle for certain feeding actions when moved to the extreme of the thread in one direction, and then frees up for walking when unscrewed. Nuts and bolts weren't invented and integrated into machines until about 1500 CE. The weevil machine, according to the evolutionary timetable, is about 100 million years old. Now, if intelligent humans had to invent nuts and bolts, why would intelligence 100 million years ago not have been required to invent the beetle's leg machines? In effect, if on your beach stroll you saw one of these weevils, you'd have to conclude it is the product of intelligence, not wind, rain, waves, or other materialistic evolutionary arguments. No evolutionist can provide proof for their claims or even a cogent step-by-step biochemical progression from no joint to a bolt and nut joint. Nor is there even one observed example of any machine anywhere at any time coming into existence spontaneously. And for good reason, since for evolution to happen, several natural laws would have to be broken. But natural laws can't be broken. On the other hand, the proof that the leg had to have been designed by intelligent agency is the fact that no machines have ever been observed, and science is observation after all. Such machines have never been observed to come into being other than by intelligent intervention. Now keep in mind as you look at this leg joint or any other part of any living organism, even a hair, that they are comprised of trillions of integrated biochemical machine components moving constantly about at blinding speed. Evolution must explain how each of these components came to be step by step. An attempt is not even made, rather just statements of faith. But that's mythology, not science. And notice that no man-made religion prompts this logic, nor do these conclusions substantiate any man-made religion. We're simply letting facts and reason lead us to truth to the degree we can know it.